Hi, Hannah. Today I just want to share with you a quick project that I just completed for one of my design team challenges, and it is a book card, and I've done something a little different on the inside of this book card, and I just wanted to share the idea. I'm sure others have done it, but I just want to share my version of it and what I've done. So let's get started. The paper that I used for this project, it's a very pretty vintage paper. It is from K & Company's Ancestry.com stack. I love this stack. It has some wonderful vintage papers in it. I have ordered it 3 times. I'm going to order 2 more. I'm going to order this 2 of the stacks again, because it's something that I always want to have on hand in case they retire it and they don't make it anymore. I want to make sure I have enough of it to use on future projects. I inked the edges with vintage photo. The color scheme for this project, you probably can't really see the lavender that well because I used the Tim Holtz milled lavender, and it's a very light color. It's not a bold color at all. It's more a soft pastel color, and that's really what I wanted. I just wanted a hint of the lavender, and so it's difficult to see, but it is there. And green, this burlap is green, and of course the cardstock. It may not translate because I don't have probably the color adjusted right on here, but it is sort of a pretty soft green color, and then like I said, the lavender and the green and the brown from the vintage photo, and picking it up from the paper. Okay, so let's look at the elements of this project. And the first element I want to show you is my medallion, and let's see if we can get the medallion in focus. There. Okay. That medallion was made using this MAGIX die. This is the frame and medallion die from MAGIX. Okay, and I just use the medallion portion of it. And that is what this is. And to create this look of this medallion, you simply take your die cut, press it into your Versamark pad, and then just cover it with silver embossing powder, emboss it, and while it's still warm, press stamp into it, and it won't harm your stamp. You just press the stamp down into it, take it out, and you'll have your design. And the design that you get depends, of course, on the stamp that you use. For this particular design, because this is the look I was going for, I used a floral, a small round floral stamp, and so if you look at it closely, you can see the petals there. Okay, so that's a nice technique that you can try. And then I just put a brad in the middle, and this is just some green burlap that I got from Hancock Fabrics. Okay, the book opens and this is actually the actual direction of the book. Behind here is just a little magnet, and then there's another magnet under this paper, and that just gives you a clean closer for your book. Okay. On the inside, on this side is just your basic tag and pocket. This image is from Stamp and Doodle, and I just took pieces, like I'm still trying to use up my stack, so I just took pieces that were left over from another project that I did, attached those to the tag. I used the colors that I talked about, the mowed lawn, vintage photo, milled lavender, and ice spruce, to create the tag background that you can't really see because I then proceeded to cover it up. But on the edges, you actually can see through the cheesecloth and on the edges that I picked up all of those colors there. You can see those, okay? And then, like I said, put a little cheesecloth behind her, cut out a banner from the Graphic 45 Place and Time stack of the month of March. And then there's one of the postage stamps, and there's another little journaling tag. I just put those on there to give the tag a little more visual interest, and then of course covered her with the vintage photo, and I think I mixed a little frayed burlap in there to get a contrasting color. Now, on the shadow box side of this card, which is where I was working on this technique, because there's a lady who has a YouTube video. Her name is Sari Heineman, I think is how she pronounced it, but her first name is Sari. And she does a lot of those book cards, and she does them with see-through pages. And I want to do one using Graphic 45's Birdsong stack. But I wanted to do this first to make sure that the idea I had in my head of how I was going to lay out my see-through pages would actually work. And so here, and if I angle this, then you can sort of see get a little bit of the glare. There you go, from the plastic. And the plastic that I use is just a molding plastic that came on one of these, like this alterations die. That was what it came in. So I just cut it down to size. And what's really cool about this is because you can put the edges of the plastic inside the folds of your book page. And so I did that because what I wanted to go for was a three-dimensional look. And I think I did a pretty good job of achieving that. Now, this tag a banner is on top of the plastic divider, and it's not glued down or anything. It's just stuck into the folds of the book page. And this paper with the script, a little scroll-like script paper, is actually on top of the plastic. The bird's nest with the little bird is underneath and attached to the back side of the plastic, as is this tag that says "Just Because." I just stamped "Just Because" on there just to have a additional sentiment. Then the flower and the other decorative paper form the third level of this project. And so when you look in here, you do get that three-dimensional feel. It makes for a very pretty box to have, and because things are not dimensioned, they're actually, it looks like they're free-floating on their own little level. I had done this technique with the cover for a shadow box a while back, and I had a video that shows the steps that I went through to accomplish that. But I just wanted to make sure it would work in this environment, and it works very well. So if you'd like to try it, it's a lot of fun. The most difficult part is deciding the size of your box, because you can make your, obviously your shadow box will be whatever size you cut your paper. So if you wanted to make a big one and put more elements into it, then of course you could do that as well. And then of course colors. You have to work on what your color is going to be, because they're going to be so close together that they really need to work with one another. Okay, so that's my project. I hope you like it. I hope you'll try it. It's a lot of fun. And what I'm working on doing is, because these are the pages that Sari shows you how to make on her video. These are like see-through pages, and they get fitted down on top of your basic book page, right? And so then you'll have your shadow box. You have see-through pages, and then you get to your shadow box. So I'm still working on that. I'll when I'm done with it, I'll put it up. I'm being very careful because I don't like cutting my graphic 45 paper. So when I cut it, I like to make sure I'm, set on what I'm going to do. For attaching your elements to the molded plastic, I use this Aleene's clear gel tacky glue. It works really well. I think the fact that it's a gel is what makes it work so well, but it's very, very strong. And when I was looking for it, I could only find it in the little kits where they have the sampler of all of the Aleene. So I bought like 3 samplers, but hopefully I'm going to be able to online locate the larger size. This is really a great adhesive to use. Okay, well, that's it. I hope that some of you will try to make your own shadow box book, and that they'll be out on YouTube and I'll get a chance to see them. Thank you so much for stopping by.